help decode your recent.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street, starting from the benchmark index moves to sectoral action, the stocks that are buzzing. But more importantly, what we will be focusing on, helping you really create a portfolio which is great for the upcoming festive season as well. So we are looking forward to Navratri starting, and we thought that why not we help you with 9 select stocks that you can focus on to build your festive portfolio. And we will be discussing this with an expert in a short while. But quickly, let's look at how the markets are doing at this point in time. The Nifty right now, 34 points down in trade, but it's come off the lowest point of the day. So it's marginally up about, definitely about 0.2, 0.3% higher than the lows of the day. So 17,400 still on the mark as far as the Nifty 500 is concerned. 19,758 currently for the Nifty 50. The Nifty Bank are 0.5% down in trade, and that is the weakest link today in the markets. If you see, the banks and the heaviest weighted segment is not really participating. The Nifty Bank is down by about 278 points in trade. Now, when we talk about the sectors, most of the sectors are now seen slipping into the red, especially led by the banks, like I pointed out. So all the three segments, the PSU banks being the weakest one, the sector which is the top loser today, 1.4% decline for this one. Apart from it, it's the IT space that continues to drag amid the big heavyweight IT numbers that we are looking at. Also, metals are losing some bit of their sheen in today's trading space. Even the broader markets, the mid cap and the small cap 100 indices are coming under pressure as we speak. Now, the only sectors that are looking positive at this point in time, holding up despite an overall muted trend in the markets, two sectors. Auto sector as the top gainer right now, 0.8% of a surge for this one, and the real estate space as well, about a 0.5% space of surge, and then the healthcare and the FMCG basket. These are the sectors that are still looking up in an overall muted scenario as well. But let's welcome our guest on the show. Ruchit Jain now joins in from 5 Paisa. Thank you so much, Ruchit, for taking the time out for this discussion. It's a great time to be speaking to you because a lot of investors have been holding on to some bit of cash, waiting on the edge to start investing during the festive season, be it an investor or be it a consumer as well. We've been just holding on to our cash, waiting for that opportune time to go ahead and look at a lot of consumption spree that we are, looking to do at this point in time. So we thought that why not we help our viewers to create this festive portfolio, and you're going to help us with that. Navratri is starting, so 9 stocks is what we are going to be focusing on. A lot of people during Navratris go ahead and buy vehicles, cars, and two-wheelers as well. They wait for the entire year to buy their vehicles in this auspicious time. Do you think the auto sector is something that you would be looking at in this festive season, and any particular pick that you'd like to highlight from here?
Yes, hi, very good afternoon, Sakshi. First of all, thank you very much for having me on this special show today. Well, definitely, as you mentioned, that it's a very good time for investors to get in the market. So ideally, we have been in uptrend since last 6 months from the start of April 2023. Markets have completed that corrective phase, and a fresh uptrend has been seen. A lot of outperformance has been seen from the mid caps and many other sectors. And because it's a broad market participation, I think we are still far from that last leg of that up move which we see. So we are still in the midst of an uptrend. So quite a good opportunities are still available for fresh investments over here. And as you said, in the auto space, of course, during festive seasons, we usually see quite a good momentum in the auto stocks. Even sales figures, if we see recently, then they have been quite good, especially with the introduction of that EV space in last 12 months. So I think this momentum is likely to continue going ahead as well. And if one has to pick any stock within the auto basket, then I think Escorts should be one stock on radar where one can look for buying opportunities at current levels and look to add on any dips towards 3,200 to 3,100. So primarily, this has been one of the outperforming stock within the entire auto space. Looking at the price volume action, the downside seems to be very limited from here on. So one can look at ESCO buying opportunities, escorts at current levels and on any dip towards the 3,200 mark, with a stop loss below 3,000 for potential targets around 3,800 over next few months. Apart from
Okay.
escorts, I would like to discuss one more name within this sector, which is
Mm-hmm.
Tata Motors. So Tata Motors, ideally, if we look at price volume action, then technically it's one of the strongest stock within the entire basket. So
Mm.
last 1.5 months, some consolidation has been seen, and this entire consolidation just seems to be a time-wise correction within an uptrend. So I think a lot of buying interest has been seen in today's trading session,
Yeah.
and small corrections which has been there of late. The way we have not seen any kind of higher volume sell-off during corrective times. So Tata Motors also offers a very good buying opportunity over here. At current levels, I would advise to go long, no, for some short to medium term perspective with a stop loss below 620, expecting target somewhere around 750.
Okay, got that. So Tata Motors and Escorts Kubota, the two stocks from the auto basket that you can definitely look at adding to your festive portfolio in the upcoming Navratri days as well. And even today, Tata Motors is up by about 4.5%, 5%. It is the top gainer on the Nifty. And what a stellar move we have seen from this stock. In the last 1 year, the stock has moved up 66%. Year to date, the stock has moved up about 41% levels, 68% levels as well. In fact, it is trading at a multi-year high level as well. In the last 5 years, the stock has moved up to 81% as well. So definitely a stock that you can watch out for. 720 kind of targets is what he is expecting. And also Escorts Kubota, the other stock from the auto basket that you should keep an eye out on. Of course, in the recent while, we have seen that the stock has shown some kind of a momentum in the recent past as well. So for example, if you look at the past 1 month, an 8% surge is being seen. But in the last 6 months, if you see, the picture gets even bigger. 70% of a move for Escorts Kubota in the past 6 months is what we have seen. Again, the stock is also trading at a multi-year high levels. In fact, at an all-time high level right now at 33.72 currently for Escorts Kubota, and the strong momentum could continue. 3,800 kind of targets are expected here. So two stocks right there, from the auto basket that you can look at adding. Which is the third stock that you'd recommend, Ruchit?
So my third stock would be from the defense sector. So we have seen that in this entire up move, defense has specifically done quite well, and the entire uptrend is still intact in most of the defense name. And within the sector, Bharat Electronics (BEL) is one stock that technically looks very strong. So one can go long on BEL over here, keeping stop loss below 127, expecting target somewhere around 154 initially, and in case that 154 is marked, then we could also see further high levels. But for now, for initial targets of 154, one can look to add BEL to the portfolio.
Okay, BEL could be added onto the portfolio. Defense has been clearly a big winning theme this entire year, and we've seen several stocks really outperform. The target price for BEL, as Ruchit recommends, currently is 154. Sharp upside can be seen even from the current levels of 137 as well. So the third stock for this festive season from the defense pack would be BEL. Ruchit, we have been seeing recently a lot of commodity-based sectors also show momentum. Metals, mining kind of stocks showing a lot of momentum as well. Anything that you'd like to pick from this basket for the upcoming festive season?
So metals, if we look at the overall metal backpack, then I think metals have a good inverse correlation with the dollar index. So if the dollar index goes up, then that's the phase when metals usually underperform. And when the dollar index corrects at that time, no, generally our metals outperform. So we have already seen a good run up in the dollar index from the recent lows of around 199. And I think the upside seems to be capped over here for the dollar index. So I think it's good time to get into the metal names, no, since we have not seen any significant outperformance, over last few months in the metal space. And especially, after these recent news flows related to mining,
Yeah.
NMDC is one stock, within this entire basket, which has seen very strong buying interest, where price up moves have been supported by good volumes. And also it has been one of the theme where, PSU names which give regular and good dividends, a lot of buying interest has been seen in such names over last few months. So I think this is a perfect fit if we compare, if we take that combination of metals and mining as well as the PSU, good dividend yielding, dividend paying PSU stock. So NMDC should be bought for the portfolio over here. One can keep a stop loss below 143 for positions and expect target somewhere around 200 very soon.
Okay, 200 kind of target price recommended for NMDC. Currently around 159, 160 odd levels can be seen. The stock is 0.5% up in trade today, and the stock has been in momentum. If we see in the last 6 months, the stock has moved up 44%. So definitely been a good wealth creator for investors. Definitely at a 1-year high in today's trading session. It has touched again. You can see a 159, 160 kind of level, and 200 kind of levels can be expected on NMDC right here. So from the mining space, the fourth stock that we have discussed today of the 9 Navratri stocks would be NMDC, which you can look at in the upcoming festive season. All right, let's move on to the fifth stock then. Which one would you recommend as your fifth stock today, Rujit?
So, oil and gas sector also is one of the space, which is looking quite positive. And GAIL is one stock, on my radar within this sector, where, technically the stock is still in an uptrend and impulsive up move has been seen in the stock. Even in yesterday's trading session, if we see a lot of buying interest was seen in the stock where price up moves have been supported by good volumes. The weekly as the monthly momentum readings on the weekly and the monthly charts are pointing that, this trend could continue going ahead as well. So GAIL, I think, it's a good stock to buy over here. One can go along with stop loss below 116 and expect target somewhere around 145.
Okay, 145 kind of targets can be seen for GAIL. Of course, the oil and gas space has been buzzing off late, of course, due to the geopolitical concerns as well. And we've been seeing that the oil has been on the boil as well. And along with it, the gas-based stocks have also been doing pretty well. GAIL, remember, on a year-to-date basis, has moved up about 33%. Right now, trading around 128 odd levels. And over here also, the target price that Ruchit has recommended is 145. So again, a sharp upside that you can still believe and still see from this level as well. What I'm extremely happy about is that Rujit, you are choosing some of the stocks which are very low ticket items, which are most affordable for a lot of investors right there. So all of you out there, even if you have to buy a few stocks, comes under 1,000 rupees, comes under 2,000 rupees, and you definitely start to build on to that as well. So a lot of options for you. We've discussed the auto space, defense space, mining, and now GAIL is from the oil and gas basket as well. Choose your picks and select your picks along with your financial advisor, and you can start selecting all of these stocks for your financial portfolio as well. So 5 stocks down, we've discussed, 4 more to go. The 6th stock that you'd like to discuss today, Richard, which one would that be?
So one mid-cap name from the infrastructure segment. We have seen that a lot of buying interest was seen in the infrastructure space, especially the kind of developments that we are witnessing across the country. And within the infra space, PNC Infra is one of the stock where on the charts the structure is quite positive. Even fundamentally the stock is quite good, and we have seen that the price up moves get supported by higher volumes. And last 1 month the stock has been consolidating in a range, but we have not seen any kind of higher volume sell off in the stock. So I think entire theme of EFC of infra, if we should look at other stocks such as NCC, IRB Infra, no, most of the names have been buzzing from the infrastructure space. But no, PNC would be the top pick, which I would recommend at current levels of around 368. One can look to add this in the portfolio with stop loss below 345 for potential targets around rupees 500 and beyond.
Okay, the stock has picked up momentum in the recent past. In the last 6 months, it's moved up about 29% odd or so, and the momentum could build on. Just like how Rujit pointed out, several of the other peers have already shown the move, and it may be now the turn of PNC Infra to also show this upside as well. So from the current levels of 368, again, the target price has been raised to above 400 rupees. So you can still see a 40 rupee kind of an upside on PNC Infra if you go for this stock in the festive season. So we've discussed 6 stocks so far. Let's discuss the remaining 3 stocks as well. I wanted to discuss with you because of the ongoing festive spirit and festive spree, we do feel that, a lot of new age technology stocks will also be in focus. For example, Zomato, this stock has been buzzing. It's substantially up from its all-time lows hit early part of this year as well. And, during festive season, a lot of ordering in of foods happens. And this is the time that the company is constantly focusing on innovating innovating ways of how to improve its operational profitability as well. So the fundamentals of the company are going to be looking at improving as well. A lot of brokerage houses have positive uptick as well on Zomato. So stocks like Zomato, Nykaa, maybe even PB Fintech or Paytm, anything that strikes you from this new age tech basket that you'd like to pick from the for the festive season?
So we are positive on Zomato, but no, our price targets have been around 118 to 120. So in terms of risk reward ratio, I think it's better to wait on some kind of dip if we get, then that would be a good to enter for fresh buying. But yes, existing positions can be held on. But if we want to buy anything fresh from these new age technology stocks, then
Yeah,
I think car trade is one stock no, that is looking quite positive over here.
sure.
We have seen that post listing, the stock has already gone through. In fact, most of the newest technology stocks have gone through a corrective phase in last no, 1 year. But no, this is one of the stock which has again resumed its uptrend by forming a high top, high bottom structure. Now, if you look at last few trading sessions, a good price volume action has been seen. So I think this is one stock where we could see some good up move, maybe around 760, 770 could be seen over next
Wow.
few weeks. So car trade is one stock where one can look to take a fresh exposure over here, keeping a stop loss below 600 and 620 and expecting target somewhere around 770.
Great. Substantial move even being seen on on an intraday basis. Remember, the markets are down in trade, but look at this stock. It's holding up steady right from the word go, and we did see 5.6% surge can be seen even on right now. 680, 681 kind of levels being seen on car trade technologies, and 770 kind of targets could be seen going forward from here. So a clear, sharp move that can be expected of almost 100 rupees or so from the current levels as well. On a year-to-date level, you can actually see car trade moving up 43, 45% as well. So a sharp move has already been seen on this stock too, but substantial upside can also be seen even going forward. The other thing that a lot of investors and consumers really hope to wait to spend on during the upcoming festive season is the real estate basket. And we are seeing that the Nifty Realty is also one of the top gainers over the last 3 or 4 odd trading sessions. The real estate space has been buzzing. Of course, we've been hearing this entire news flow of how luxury, the demand for luxury homes has increased. Even the residential sales, they have also peaked as well. A sharp increase has been seen from pre-COVID levels too, and a sharp increase has also been seen from multi-year, levels as well. There are also expectations by real estate developers and analysts that this time around, the residential sales for this entire year could be at a 15-year high, looking at the kind of demand. And we can even today see a lot of stocks buzzing in action. Phoenix Mills, for example, has hit a new high again today. 4% upsurge can be seen on this one. Many stocks, Sobha, Brigade, Macrotech, they've all been in substantial momentum this entire year. Of course, festive season is the one where a lot of investors also go ahead, buy properties for themselves. So another demand uptick could also be seen right there. Ruchit, your view from the real estate basket, any stock that you'd like to pick for the festive portfolio?
Yes, I think quite rightly pointed that this sector has been one of the outperforming sector over last few weeks, and even if you look at the recent sales numbers, then good positive numbers have been seen across the real estate stocks. So I think this uptrend is likely to continue going ahead. And Godrej Properties is one of the stock within the real estate basket which is looking quite good over here. We have seen a good consolidation base getting formed around recent swing lows of 1550, and post that a breakout from that consolidation has been seen. Although not no, we have not witnessed any good momentum in last 1 or 2 days, but the broader trend has been positive for this stock. So I think it's a good opportunity to create fresh long positions in real estate space. Godrej Properties can be bought at current levels with stop loss below 1550 for potential targets around 1900 to 1950 range.
Wow, okay. So 1690 kind of levels can be seen right now, and Godrej Properties could have an upside potential to reach to targets of 1900, 1950 as per Ruchit right here. So real estate, a lot of us do believe that, we do not have the kind of money to purchase properties out there, but you can still become a shareholder of one of the most successful companies by investing in the shares and participate in the ongoing boom in the real estate space. So that's a great way to build your own investment portfolio if you cannot just buy a single property, but go and buy ahead, you can go ahead and buy into the stocks of those companies which have also done considerably well over the last few years as well. Even for Godrej Properties, if we see the kind of momentum that we have seen over the last 1 year, I'll just tell you what is the kind of return that we've seen over the last 6 months perspective. For example, last 6 months it's moved up 32%. On a year-to-date level, 36% of a surge can be seen. But even in a longer term frame, remember when you go ahead and buy real estate properties, it's all with the long-term view. Even if you hold some of these stocks for a long term, last 5 years, the stock has given you a 220% kind of a surge. So substantial, solid names in the real estate market. You also have the backing of very remarkable companies that have, management also that have been holding this ground for a long time. Decades of a company, kind of legacy is what the management also has. So look for those kind of companies in the real estate space. Great pick over there, Ruchit. So we've already discussed about 8 stocks right now for the Navratri session. Escorts, Tata Motors, just to remind a few of them for all our viewers who've just joined in. BEL, NMDC, GAIL, PNC Infra, Car Trade and Godrej Properties. These have been the picks that you've picked up so far. The other thing that a lot of us spend on during the festive season is consumer durables. Of course, we do see a lot of, sales happening, even underway. We're looking at a lot of Amazon, Flipkart, Nykaa kind of sales taking place. So a lot of people purchase at discounts the consumer durables. So how do you look at this entire basket? We go ahead and buy ACs ahead of the peak season, refrigerators, television sets, and a lot of household items as well, kitchen appliances. A lot of those get sold during this time because of the sales. Would you be looking at this entire space and anything that strikes you from this basket for the Navratri portfolio?
One can take a stock specific approach within this space. When Havells is one stock, where I think a good buying opportunity seen where the risk reward ratio is good for creating fresh long formations over here. We have seen a good up move supported by higher volumes in the month of September itself in the stock. So some consolidation has been seen in last 2 weeks, but no, the broader trend for the stocks looks quite strong. And even if you look at last 4 or 5 months, then the stock has been coming out of a broad consolidation phase. So Havells, I would advise to buy over here, keeping a stop loss below 1300 levels and expect target somewhere around 1500 in the short to medium term.
All right, 1500 kind of levels can be seen on Havells. Substantial upside can be seen from the current levels as well. And we have seen a lot of momentum in these wires and cables segment. Of course, a lot of wires and cables are required during the renovation period, which also is the current underway period as well for a lot of individuals and residentials, commercial properties as well. So Havells could be definitely a pick for you. Let me just tell all our viewers the kind of past performance we've seen from the stock in the last 6 months. The stock has already given about a 14% return. Then again, on a year-to-date basis, it's up by about 13%. It's up about 26%, pardon me. And on a 1-year basis, it's up by 13%. But in the last 5 years, again, this stock has been a good wealth creator. 133% surge is what you have seen on Havells currently. And definitely the stock has been moving up periodically as well. Of course, trading near its all-time high levels again, not too very far. And it's coming up again very, very strongly even in today's trading action. On an all-time basis, we can't even count the kind of returns that we've seen from its listing time till now. The stock used to be just in 3 digits in its initial phase, and right now it's going strong, and 1500 levels can be seen on this one too. So 9 stocks is what we have already discussed. Just to give a recap to all our viewers, we've discussed the auto space largely, Escorts, Tata Motors, Car Trade, Tech. 3 stocks from this related basket is what Ruchit has chosen for you. Defense space has BEL as his top pick. From the commodity space, he has chosen NMDC from the mining space and GAIL from the oil and gas basket as your picks as well. From the infrastructure basket, PNC Infra is what his bet is on. Also, apart from this, the real estate space, he's chosen Godrej Properties, and consumer durables, he's chosen Havells as one of the picks for the upcoming festive season. So, of course, you can actually see on your screens the kind of returns that these stocks have already given, and there is some more upside. If you've not participated so far, there is more upside that Ruchit definitely bets on. Well, great speaking to you, Ruchit, and thank you so much for taking the time out and explaining to all our viewers, helping them create this festive portfolio right ahead of Navratri. Good to have you with us on Business Today TV. The markets have also shut shop, so let's quickly look at the closing levels for the markets. The Nifty has shut shop 59 points lower in trade at 19,734, down about 0.3% in trade. The culprit clearly the Nifty Bank, 382 points lower in trade. That's dragged down the overall sentiments. Be it the PSU banks, that was the top sectoral loser today. Private banks and financial services also lost ground in today's trading action. The only sectors that have remained buoyant in an otherwise weaker sentiment is the auto, the realty, the healthcare and the FMCG pack in today's trade space, which have maintained their upward momentum in an otherwise weaker scenario. Let's look at the top gainers and the losers list on the Nifty as well. On the top gaining side, you have Tata Motors topping the charts, 4.5% higher in trade, 4.7%. In fact, the move that we've seen it's closed at 667, and the target price, remember, it's one of the top picks of Ruchit as well for the Navratri portfolio, and he believes that substantial upside can still be made on Tata Motors from the current levels as well, and the target price he had was 750 odd levels. Apart from this, HCL Technologies, IndusInd Bank, you also have Nestle, Tata Consumer Products as some of the other top gainers on the Nifty index. On the losing side, however, you do see Axis Bank, Adani Enterprises, Infosys, State Bank of India and Wipro. Also, some of the other stocks from the pharma and the IT basket like LTI and Dr. Reddy's declining in action as well. On the F&O space, Bosch topped the charts with 8.6% upside. You had Metropolis Healthcare again from the F&O space that was moving up, 4.5% uptick for this one. Tata Motors again one of the top gainers in the F&O basket as well. So this is as far as the market closing action is concerned, but we'll continue to tell you which way are the markets headed and how are experts positioning themselves and their portfolios in this current market scenario. To understand all of that, you can continue to stick with us on Business Today Television. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also continue to engage with us on our other social media platforms as well. Until then, many thanks for tuning in.